What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full overpowered Generation 4 Pokemon team. This was actually my very favorite Wi-Fi battling gen out of all the generations. This is actually a good team for me personally. So when I look at this one, there's definitely more than 6 Pokemon that could have slotted into this team. Also, I'm not using legendaries and, mythicals and stuff like that either. Okay, people, we are streaming on Twitch right now. If you guys want to tune into the stream, you can pop over that second tab, or after the video, come along and tune into the stream. We're going for Shiny Deoxys. We've been going for that for a little while. I need you guys. I need your help to get it. I need your energy. Thank you to all the people that rocked up to yesterday's stream. It was definitely a pickle-free stream. Now, let's see if we can shoot for 8,000 likes on the video. Go smash that like button, people. And the question for today is, what is your favorite Generation 4 Pokemon? Mine is Infernape. Okay, so we got a battle on my Discord. This one gets hunt down. We have a Virizion lead. Now, I'm going to set up the Trick Room against this thing. It's going to set up a Sword Dance. Zen Headbutt actually misses, which was very, very important there because it would have one-hit KO'd, right? Now we got Virizion going for the Sword Dance. Now, this was a physical Bronzong set. We got max health and max attack, Trick Room, Gyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, and Earthquake. Now, we got the ability as Heat Proof and the item as Expert Belt. So there was no way that one was living. I was actually expecting maybe a close combat from the Virizion there. But Bronzong's fairly tanky with max health, and just as base defense and special defense, also very tanky. Now, I'm going to go over my Pokemon sets in this first battle, and then I'm going to go over my reasoning for the Pokemon in the second battle, so I'm actually able to, narrate the battle and, what's going on as well. Okay, so we got the Sandcastle coming out there. I really can't touch it at all, my Bronzong, so I'm going to swap into my Dusknoir. That does just a little bit over half health. I do have leftovers on this set, however. So I was thinking, well, let's go for the Pain Split here, because I think I'm barely going to live this one and get the Pain Split off. And I do, on the 3 health. I wish it was 1. I could have done you-know-what. And I'm going to go for the Pain Split there on the Sandcastle. Getting over half my health. And you're definitely in better health than the Palossand. The Palossand, however, does have a berry as well. I would have liked to get rid of the berry, but it was a pretty good result there. And now I'm going to be set up to use my moveset. Now, the moveset on this Dusknoir was as follows. We got Curse. So I'm going to sack half my health and then go for the Pain Split afterwards and put a Curse on the opponent. We've got Will-O-Wisp for any physical attackers, and we've got Nightshade just for some fixed damage. We've got the ability as Frisk and item as leftovers. Max health and max special defense. We've got Will-O-Wisp, sorting out those physical attackers. Okay, so now we've got the Hydreigon coming in. It's going to go for the Dark Pulse, doing a lot of damage to me there. I really didn't have a lot to swap in apart from one Pokemon, so I sacked off my Dusknoir there. It kind of really got messed over early on in the game, so I thought, let's see if we can cause a swap on this Hydreigon. Let's see if we can play some mind games. Okay, I really like Curse as a move. It's quite interesting. Obviously, using on a Ghost type, of course. Okay, so what I did right, I laid some bait out there with the Bronzong, so I thought they may be tempted to go for a Dark Pulse. This will do a lot of damage to the Bronzong. However, they're going to swap out. So it's like, okay, that's a shame. I actually did a double swap into my Togekiss here, because I thought that would be a good swap in for the Dark Pulse, and then, the Curse would rack up another layer of damage there, so it would do more damage to it, and I'd take minimal damage from the Dark Pulse. However, that wasn't the case. We both did a swap. So now we got the physical Togekiss, people. This is a Hustle Aerial Ace set. On this one, we got Aerial Ace, Zen Headbutt, Work Up, and Drain Punch. We got the ability as Hustle, so that's going to boost the attack stat of the Togekiss, obviously at the cost of accuracy. So that's why I use Aerial Ace, because that means I can get the attack boost right and never miss with Aerial Ace. We've also got the Normalium Z's the item, which is a Z Work Up, which gives me another boosted attack, making this set absolutely amazing, people. All right, so I really can't touch this one at all. Now, we got the Palossand actually swapping out here, and we got the Lycanroc coming in. So I thought, I was looking at that team, Rise. I was like, I know one's going to come in that's either going to be the Hydreigon or it's going to be the Meteor, right? I thought, let's go for Iron Head, because this will be a pretty good move to go for. Thank goodness they went into the Meteor like I thought they would. I went for Iron Head on the Garchomp. Now, this Garchomp definitely was in my opinion, was a definite, best non-legendary Pokemon in Generation 4. With a landslide, people, when you look at it. Okay, so we got, on this one, we got Sword Dance, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Dual Chop. We got the ability as Rough Skin and item as Scope Lens. I made it a little bit standardish, but I put some meme on it too, so it wasn't too overpowered. So we got the Meteor going down, so no shell smashing for that today. Now the big Palossand comes out. There really wasn't a lot I could actually do to this. None of my other Pokemon could actually do much. So this is the time I had to go for the Sword Dance. So I was thinking, I could go for the Sword Dance maybe once, even twice, then go for the Dual Chop and try and, crit it with the dual chop. It does this a little bit under half with the Shadow Ball. So like, okay, people, it's time to go for a big risk here. Let's go for 2 Sword Dances. So giving up the Garchomp +4 attack, which is pretty good on a Garchomp. So now we've got the Power Sand going for another Shadow Ball. It doesn't critical hit me, which is nice. And now I can go for the dual chop. It doesn't miss, thank goodness. And it was just enough damage to actually take it out there. Man, that was really, really close there. Okay, so the Power Sand is down. That's good. That was a Pokemon I had like a lot of problems with this team. Okay, so now we've got the Lopunny helmet. So obviously this is going to be a fake out set, or it's going to be something like a Mega, which is going to be Mega Lopunny. I really don't have a lot to swap in. I could go into my Bronzong, but I didn't want, like, Bronzong was kind of important this point in the game, so I didn't want to sack it off. Garchomp had its +4, in attack too, and it was on low health already, so it's going to go down to the Drain Punch there. We got to get rid of this Lopunny straight away, so Garchomp's going to get a little bit of rough skin damage. I mean, it got rid of the Palossand. I was kind of happy with that one. Okay, so also we've got on this team, we've got Lucario. I've run this Lucario a couple of times. It's just my trusty Final Gambit Choice Scarf Lucario. So basically its role is just to take out any like big threats there that get a lot of stat boosts up, that are really fast, a Mega Pokemon such as Mega Lopunny, and that is going to sack it. Which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I did have a couple of other moves than that. We had Final Gambit, Flash Cannon, Focus Miss, and Psychic, Max Health and Max Speed, Choice Scarf, and Ability is Inner Focus. It's a very, very memey set. I've run it a lot of times. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Bronzong. I thought this would be quite a good swap in here. Now we've got the Dark Pulse coming from the Hydreigon. I went for the Gyro Ball here. I get flinched by the Dark Pulse. That there was a absolutely game-changing move because Hydreigon definitely would have gone down to the the Gyro Ball there from Bronzong, being very powerful from such a brave nature, 0 IVs and speed. Hydreigon is fairly fast too, so that definitely would have gone down. All right, so into the Togekiss now. I've got to take this thing out. I've got the Drain Punch on the set. Now, the only risk about this is, obviously with Hustle, my moves are not going to be 100% actually. And Drain Punch misses! Oh, I think that would have actually nearly got it, actually taken it out there. Okay, so now we got the Dank Pulse from the Hydreigon. Hydreigon can't really do too much to the Togekiss at all. I'm going to go for the Air Ice and see how much it does. It almost takes it out, unfortunately. So, I was right to go for the Drain Punch, but I kind of just, 2 Aerial Aces wouldn't have been enough to take it out. I'd say 1 Drain Punch would have taken it out. And I would have got some health back too if I got outsped. Okay, so anyway, we got the Hydreigon go for another Dark Pulse. I get paralyzed. I need to take this thing out. Finally got off an Aerial Ace against Hydreigon, and that is down. So we got one more Pokemon being the Lycanroc, which we seen earlier, but it swapped out right away against my Garchomp, I guess fearing an Earthquake. Okay, so now we got the Lycanroc coming in here. And we got my Togekiss. So I am going to go for a Drain Punch. It's going to go for the Rock Polish. It's like, okay. It's going to be boosting its speed. That's a bit of a problem. Drain Punch connects. Look at the damage it does. Physical Togekiss Drain Punch, people. You know you want to try that right now. I would have loved to go for a Z workup, but I couldn't. I get some nice health recovery back, which is good too. All right, so now we got the Stone Edge coming from the Lycanroc there, and that one is going to take out my Togekiss because I was running more of a sweeping, is that right? All right, so my last Pokemon is the Infernape. Now, Infernape, in my opinion, was such a great Pokemon in Gen 4. It was, actually, I'm not going to start explaining the Pokemon soon. All right, so anyway, we got the, guys, I just noticed something, right? If you look at Lycanroc's stomach, it looks like there's like a little white Pokemon on its back, like holding it there with like claws around it. Well, I can't unsee that now. Can't unsee, like, look at it. Anyway, so we got the Z-move, which goes for about half an hour. So I'm going to start explaining these Pokemon. So with the Infernape, right, Infernape was such a great, he was known for being like a mixed attacker in Gen 4, had great special attack, offense with that, and had Sword Dance, Nasty Plot. Man, it was a really, really good Pokemon. Nice base speed. I guess the only thing about it was very, very frail, so that kind of held it back a little bit. A lot of the time it did run like the Life Orb set. I used to see it all the time, and I'd run one myself. So that's why I included Infernape in this team. It had such access to like lots of moves, so it could be physical, it could be special, it could be mixed. Like, it was very, very good. Okay, so we got the explanation for Infernape down pat. All right, so we got the second battle. This one was on the Discord. This was against Swoo Woo. you can probably guess what team they may be bringing. Alright, so going for the grass knot on the Sudowoodo. It's called Swoo Woo 2, so you guys probably guess this is a full Sudowoodo team. It's going to be a special set there, hitting me with that Earth Power, doing amazing damage to me. So I'm going to go for a second grass knot, and that is going to take out the Sudowoodo. Now, guys, you cannot miss the bloopers. They are very, very funny, and I know you'll get. I know you're going to laugh when you see them. All right, so we're taking a little bit more life orb damage on the Sudowoodo from the grass knot on the Sudowoodo. Now we got the second one coming out. So the best thing I can really do is go for the grass knot. Now on this Infernape set, I didn't actually say it, I kind of ran it like my old one in Gen 4, very similar. We got Flamethrower, we got Hidden Power, Ice, Grass Knot, and Close Combat. Max special attack and max speed, naive nature. So I didn't want to drop my attack. I wanted to still have that, close combat around, in case like a Blissey came in or something like that, you could still, get rid of them with the close combat. Okay, so Infernape's down. Now it's going to go for the Fire Punch on my Bronzong. I have the Heat Proof ability, so you can definitely tell straight away there that I've got Heat Proof judging on the damage. Now I'm going to go for the Earthquake on the Sudowoodo. Now this, this is super effective against the whole team, but it's not going to do too much because it had a berry to actually resist it, being the Shuka Berry. Now I can go for an Earthquake here. Again, now we got the Fire Punch coming from the Sudowoodo again. Hoping I don't get burned. Well, it would really, really suck. Go for another Earthquake on the Sudowoodo, and that one is down. So we got the Bronzong is the go-to Pokemon at the moment. I got a super effective move against the rest of this team. However, Sudowoodo actually does have a nice base defense stat, so I know, my sweep is, almost certainly not guaranteed. Okay, so we got the Sudowoodo. This is number 4 coming in. So obviously they figured out that I'm not running Levitate. I'm running Heat Proof. Heat Proof's quite a trolley. Heat Proof and Levitate are quite trolley on the Bronzong, right? Because you can feign having Levitate until you get hit by a fire type move. It's quite interesting. Okay, so Bronzong, we forgot. Oh, guys, I forgot to go over the explanation of Bronzong. Now, Bronzong, you guys know this was such a great support Pokemon in Generation 4. Now, remember, I am speaking in Generation 4 for a lot of these Pokemon. So it had great defense, great special defense. It was a very great support Pokemon. Good stealth rocker. I mean, it even had some. It even at that stage, it was good. Offense as well. You could provide a bit of definitely great support for your team. That was its main role, like support, stealth rock kind of thing. And you could fire off a Earthquake or a Hidden Power here and there. It was very, very good, right? It also had Levitate, which is very, very handy as well. Could swap into Earthquakes, things like that. Okay, so that's why I put Bronzong on this team. I can give a brief explanation. I can't give like super in-depth ones. Because I kind of want to go over this battle too. Okay, so we got the Sleep Talk. I think this is not... No, it's not a Sleep Talk. It's just it's a resting Sudowoodo. I'm going to go for another Earthquake against this thing. I actually would have liked to see a Sleep Talk on that Sudowoodo. Okay, so another Earthquake there. It's going to have some more leftover recovery. We've still got 3 more Sudowoodos left after this one as well. I actually quite like a shiny Sudowoodo as well. Looks pretty cool. I might actually shiny hunt that one in Generation 2. Sorry about the lack of shiny hunt videos in Generation 2 as well on my channel. I haven't had this much time. I have been going it, but I just haven't had any luck so far. Okay, so go for another Earthquake on the Sudowoodo. That one is going to take it out. We've got 3 more Sudowoodo remaining though. I think I've gone over all of my sets. Yeah, I've gone over all of my sets. Okay, cool. We're going to explain the Pokemon in this battle. So we've got the Sudowoodo 5 coming out here. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to stay alive for very much longer. It's going to go for an Earthquake against me. Obviously, knowing I'm now Heat-Proof, not Levitate. And that is my Bronzong down. But that's cool. Bronzong did a solid job there, as did Infernape. So we got 4 Pokemon left. We got 3 trees left to take out. So now we're going to go into Togekiss. Let's go with a Togekiss. So Togekiss had a... Usually when I seen it coming from my experience, it was a great nasty plot sweeper. It was an absolute scumbag with Air Slash. Just a general pain in the ass. It actually was very bulky as well. It could run a nice special defensive tank. It had like Thunder Wave, Air Slash, Root, all those sort of like kind of moves there. Very, very like pain in the ass kind of things. And also its typing was different back then too. It didn't have the fairy typing, so it's actually a little bit different. You can actually run a Hustle Extreme Speed Step then. I wish it still had that normal typing. Anyway, so the Sudowoodo is going to destroy me with this Stone Edge before I could go for the Z Workup Drain Punch again. I wish I could have gone for that. Would have done some mighty damage to it. Okay, so into Lucario, go for a final combat. Now, Lucario itself was a very, very good... it was kind of like Inferno, right? It had the Sword Dance. It had the mix. It really had that nice mix, moveset. To use it on. So it's Sword Dance, Sword Dance, Close Combat, Extreme Speed, those sort of things like Bullet Punch, Stone Edge. That was sort of the set you'd see on it a lot. You can even see the special sets on it too. Both of them work. It had like times 4 resistances, immunity to the toxic, a lot of times 2 resistances. Like, it was a very, very good Pokemon in Generation 4. Anyway, so going for the Nightshade there, and that is going to finish off the Sudowoodo there. I don't know, guys. Should I be able to plug my own merch if it's sturdy or focus sash or not? I don't know. You guys need to tell me that one. Also, also want to say thank you to the last day or two. We had a couple of people buy the Salt Mug and the Salt Shirt and Jumper too. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. If you are interested in that stuff, that's in the description on the video too. Alright, so now we got the Sudowoodo 3. Go for the head smash with a Rock Head. Man, this does a lot of damage to Dusknoir. Dusknoir is incredibly bulky in defense there. I just hang on against this one. So I thought, I want to set up my Garchomp, right? I should go for the Will-O-Wisp here, and then I'll be able to set up some Sword Dances against these Sudowoodos. The last one, I was kind of worried about the last set if it had something like really trolly that would have countered my Garchomp, because obviously they know that I've got Garchomp, and they could have held like a, a little countering setback right at the end. I know that's something that I do. Anyway, so we got the burn on the Sudowoodo there, and they actually miss with their attack, and now I can go for the curse against the Sudowoodo, and that's going to take me out, but it's going to place a curse on the Sudowoodo. I don't think that changed a lot, really, even if it took me out or not. It didn't really matter that I got curse up. I was definitely going to go for a Sword Dance anyway. Okay, so we got this Sudowoodo left, and we got the Garchomp as well. Now I could go for that Sword Dance, and then I could go for an attacking move. I thought I could get I might be able to get a Sword Dance against the last Pokemon, but this is a pretty good opportunity because it is Burn Run. Okay, so Garchomp was the absolute god of, Gen 4. This thing was even actually it got like put up into Ubers. Sword Dance, high attack, high speed. It ran a great Scarf set, a Choice Band set. That Choice Band Outrage was Scarf Outrage. You guys got to remember back then there wasn't any fairy types around, so you could, Outrage was a much better move then. You could just spam it. It would be very hard to swap into as well. Alright, so there's that Sword Dance. We got the Sword Dance up. Now we got the last Sudowoodo. I'm going to go for the Iron Head here. Hoping I can get a Scumbag Flinch to the mic. I know they've got Sturdy. Lives on 1 health. Merch is available. And we got a critical hit too. Now, I've got Dual Chop on this set, but I didn't want to go for Dual Chop. And I am actually very glad I didn't go for Dual Chop, because if Dual Chop didn't actually take this out right, this Sudowoodo actually had Normalium Z, boosting its accuracy right, and it was actually going to use Copycat. If I used a Dragon type move, it would have turned into a Dragon type move and absolutely destroyed me. So that's going to get the Corkscrew Crash on my Garchomp. Now, it actually does pretty good damage to Garchomp, but it is not going to be enough to take it out. And that's pretty much it for this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed both these games. I think I explained all the Pokemon. Dusknoir was just a very bulky Will-O-Wisp pain-spitting Pokemon. Kind of like similar to what it is today. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you at the stream. Peace.